Hello everyone, my name is Gerald Washington with 3 Minute Tech, and today I'm going to be explaining DHCP. Feel free to take down my email address right here at the bottom of this slide if you guys have any questions or if you want a copy of this slideshow. It's really short. I'm going to try to keep it at 3 minutes or less. So the first thing we need to talk about is what exactly does the acronym DHCP stand for? It stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So in technology, we have two different ways of configuring devices. We can either do it dynamically, meaning that it's going to do it automatically and those addresses are going to change from time to time, or we can do it statically, meaning that it's going to be set up manually by us, the administrators, and more than likely these addresses are going to be permanent. So what does DHCP actually do? You're going to hear a lot of people and a lot of different sources tell you that all DHCP does is configure IP addresses, which is almost true, but it does a little bit more than that. If we look down here at the third point, it does your IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, your DNS server, and set the lease time for your IP address using a process called DORA, which stands for Discover, Offer, Request, and Acknowledge. I'm going to go over that a little bit later in another video, go into it in a little bit more detail, and we're going to talk about it, and you guys are going to learn some good stuff about that. So as far as the lease time goes, every IP address set up with DHCP has a certain lease time. So we do that to keep down what we call IP conflicts. So think about when you're going to try to rent an apartment and you go in and the apartment manager, they're going to give you your paperwork and you're going to pay all of your fees. Then you bring in a U-Haul and you're ready to move in. But at the same time, you see another family trying to move in at the same time. I don't know about you guys, but to me, that would be a huge conflict. So that's why we don't want to manually set up IP addresses, because we are going to run into those IP conflicts. To keep down the conflicts, we're going to use DHCP. So when is DHCP appropriate? Sorry about that. When is DHCP appropriate? It's going to be used for mass configuration of large networks. It's going to be used for configuration of small networks, small office, home office networks. That's what the SOHO stands for. So again, your home network is probably using DHCP because you don't statically assign an IP address to each one of your devices in your home, because let's face it, people think that they only have one computer in their home, but they actually have 12, 15 computers with cell phones, laptops, smart TVs, streaming devices. All those things are actually computers called embedded systems, which in another lesson, we're also going to talk about embedded systems as well. So the only time that we should not use DHCP is when we're configuring what's called a network resource. So things like servers, printers, routers, switches, anything that people are going to be constantly connecting to, we don't want those IP addresses to change, because if those IP addresses change, then people won't be able to connect. Then people will have to come to us to find the new IP address and to reconfigure it. So I hope that everything we talked about here today was helpful. Again, I'm Gerald Washington with 3 Minute Tech. See you guys later.